Everybody, welcome back. Doing a little analysis video of the X marks the spot event. How much do you have to do? How often do you need to do it? Are you going to be able to get all them milestones done? Well, there's not a lot of information in the game about it, so we're going to do a couple different scenarios to help you at least get an idea of what might be required. Maybe to get some planning or whatever you might need to think about for next week. So the event's not starting for a few days. Hopefully some more details will come out on it, but we're gonna cover this so you can at least plan ahead a little bit. All right, so hopefully this helps. So anyway, let's get to it.
Bring me WolverThor!
Alright, so the event we are talking about here is X marks the spot. You can see it starts in just over 3 days, or just under 4 days rather. Probably a better way to say that. And they're talking about using members of X-Force in select forms of battle to get various milestone rewards. It's like, oh cool, alright, so let's go check this out. So you go to milestones section, and you've got this thing coming up, and again, it's X-Force, use X-Force characters in all forms of combat to earn what we just read. So you click preview, like, oh, hey, look at all this stuff. All kinds of things, right? So we got 25 milestones, 1,390 points. And let's just take a quick gander at what we get here. We got some Domino, Negasonic, and X23 shards, 20 in total. So you'll see that pop up 4 different times, 2, 3, there's the 4th time. And on the 4th time, you start getting some superiors, which is pretty nice. And you can see they're all mutant related. Outside of the basic ones, where you got the catalysts, the armor, health, focus, and damage. And then you get some mini uniques over here. I forget what these are even called. The isochronal compounds, read much, and the adaptive pathogens. So, you know, it's like not bad. It's like, all right, well, how hard is this going to be? So the next thing you want to look at, obviously, is the scoring. So they've got a number of different ways to score here. And the first thing they've got is win a blitz battle with X-Force, 2 points. Win or lose an arena battle with X-Force, 3 points. Win or lose an attack in Alliance War with X-Force, 5 points. And then the ones at the bottom are the same game modes, but without X-Force. Just win a battle in Blitz, win a battle in Arena, win or lose an attack Alliance War. So these bottom ones are real clear. You're going to get 2 points for your win in Blitz, 3 in Arena, and 5 for attack in Alliance War, basically. So those are pretty much set in my mind. The ones that are kind of questionable is win or lose an attack in Alliance War with X-Force. All right, I'd expect you to be able to do that 3 times a week, right? So that should be 15 points. Win or lose an arena battle with X-Force. Now this is probably unlikely unless you've just decided you don't want to try to win an arena, because more than likely X-Force is not going to be beating anything that you're facing in arena. So this would just be throwaway points. And that'd be 3 points, right? And then same in win a blitz with X-Force, you could easily do that for 2 points. Now the question starts becoming is that 2 points for the entire X-Force team? Or is it 2 points per X-Force character? With 5 characters, 2 points, 10 points total per win with X-Force in blitz. Same concept for arena, where it'd be 15. Same concept in Alliance War, where if you won or lost, it'd be 5 times 5 for 25. So there's a little uncertainty there with that. And then I looked throughout this thing, and I'm like, well, how long is this thing going for? You know, it doesn't show. I'm like, all right, so it's here, it starts in, doesn't say ends in. Scrolling around, that's the milestone event, starts in. All right, I'm like, what the heck is going on? You got offers, is there anything in the inbox? All right, that's, you know, it's like, okay, no, nothing's come across. It doesn't really say. I'm like, all right, great. So how long does it last for? That's another factor we need to think of, right? So we don't know how many points we definitely get per character. I kind of assume it's per character based on previous precedent set, but you never know with with Scopely. So we'll look at the scenario, and then again, we'll kind of look at it with how many days we might need. So let's jump to the spreadsheet.
Yes, science!
All right, so like I said, X marks the spot, X-Force event, worst case point per tune scenario. So I went through all these things before, so I'm not going to go through them again, but I've listed all the actions here in this column and the points per action. And what I had to do is like basically how many actions you'd get a day, right? So how many, we'll get there. All right, so win or lose an attack battle, right? So it's just 5. That's what it was. Battle arena, 3. Blah, 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 blah. It's just well, you know what? I did that. I should change that. It's actually just 3, right? So that's the total points you could get. Now the action per day, what I did here is I assumed you're gonna get 8 attacks for each war. All right, so it's 8 times 3, then divided by 7 because there's 7 days in the week. I made it simple. I'm kind of like, you know, I don't really want to think hard about this. Let's just make it how many times you can do that action per day, right? So again, 8 attacks per week, or I'm sorry, 8 attacks per war times 3 times a week divided by 7 to get the overall per day. So that means you could get essentially 17 points per day. Makes sense? Didn't screw that up too bad, did I? Tell me if I did. So battle arena, same concept. How many times can you do that per day? We're assuming 5. That you're going to use all 5 arena attacks. You could do a little bit more if you wanted, but we're assuming 5. That's 15 points per day. And then win and blitz. What we did here is we said 15 times you would do this times 4. The 4 is for rotations. So I'm assuming 15 wins per rotation. You're running 4 rotations. That's not bad. That's like 8 hours of blitzing. It's not terrible. You could probably do more blitzes if you wanted, more wins if you wanted. Either way, you're kind of looking at 120 points per day, which isn't bad. It's way more. And surprise, surprise, the effort that you need to do is in blitz. Subtotal points, 152. So we already know the points to finish are 1390. So since we don't know the event duration, it's like, let's focus on that. So that's what I did. I was like, points per day divided by total points to finish. Well, how many days do I need? I need 9. All right, if I'm just doing this, worst case scenario, I need 9. I need 9 days. That seems like a long event. I feel like normally they're around 7-ish, but you know, this is a worst case scenario, so who knows? And then you kind of start looking, all right, well, what about if I'm using my X-Force? All right, so then you win or lose an attack with X-Force 5, and then this is different. You're only going to use this 3 times a week. You can't do any more than that. So you're getting 2 points a day. Battle with X-Force, again, 2 points. You're only doing that 4 times a day because of the 4 rotations. That's 8 points. So you're not, if you're using X-Force here, you're really not getting that much out of it. It's only 10 more points. So it's kind of funny while this event's like, use X-Force, but the points are really about doing everything else. But still, it's cool because the rewards are X-Force, and that's what we want. So again, points to finish, 1390, changes it to still about 9 days. And then win or lose in a battle with X-Force and Arena. I actually didn't, I'm like, you're never going to do this. You know, if you want to play around with it, all right, fine. You're doing it twice. You get 6 more points. Let's get another subtotal here. I mean, and I took 2 fights away from up here, so really I got to change that to 3. I mean, it's not really doing much for you, right? So I'm like, all right, am I even going to do that? I don't know if it really matters. But again, this is a worst case scenario. So we'll look at what this is like with a better case scenario, as if you get all these points for each tune. All right, so let's go over that. Okay, so best case scenario, as if you get points per character here, per X-Force, right? So down here now, you'll see that when I'm using X-Force, I'm multiplying win or lose an attack in alliance with X-Force as 5 times 5. So it's like, all right, I'm getting a lot more points there. Same thing with Blitz, 2 times 5. Win or lose an arena, 3 times 5. So you go through the same type of math through here, and you'll see, or it's like, all right, so my subtotal is 152 points here. It's like, all right, same thing, because it didn't change. It's still 9.1 days. Follow me there. So it's still 9.1 days, all right? So really it comes into X-Force. So now I've got my subtotal with using X-Force with the best case scenario of 202. So if I get a subtotal of 202 points versus 162, so that's a solid 40 points more, that gives me my overall duration needed at just 7. So it's like, that seems about right. All right, versus what we had before at 8.6. So we've got 7 days needed to do that. Again, we could lower it. So you got 15. All right, so let's make this, you're gonna do this twice, but that means we gotta lower this to 3. All right, so we do that, then we get our subtotals here. Let's change the formula and throw these over here. All right, so, and it really doesn't even change it that much if you do it with a X-Force in Arena. So I don't even think it's worth messing with that because, well, before it was 6.9, you know, so if I go back to here 5, let's do all 5 here. You know, 6.9 versus 6.1, all right, so, all right, let's do 0 here and do all 5 here. All right, then maybe you're gaining some ground, but you get the idea, right? So, not too bad, I think, depending on how many days they actually have the event. If the event is short, need more blitzing. Hate to say it, right? So that's gonna be super, super annoying. Let's outro this thing. All right, so like I was saying, this seems like a very reasonable event. I'm expecting at least 6 days, 7 days more than likely. I'm expecting the points based on per X-Force tune, which helps decrease the days a little bit. If that's not the case, and we're going to have that worst case scenario, and we're talking about, you know, 9 days still, it's not bad, but if it jumps down to 7 days, that means you got to increase your blitzes. Wait a minute. Nope. Got to get back to the spreadsheet. No outro yet. So like I'm saying, we need to look at this. You can't outro on that, right? So it's like, all right, well, what if it's 7 days? How many times do I need to blitz? All right, so I've got 15 wins 4 times a day. All right, so 5 rotations. Not really gonna quite cut it. So it's like, all right, well, maybe I can get 18 wins. All right, well, I'm getting closer, but all right, let's do 18 wins and 6 rotations a day. All right, now we're under 6 days. If it's more than that, okay, well, let's jump to the best case scenario again. All right, so we're over here. It's like, all right, so now let's go to, you know, 5 rotations here. All right, so I can get down to about six days maybe. All right, well, let's increase those blitz wins to, you know, 18. All right, now I'm under 5, you know, or I'm about at 5. I can't imagine they're gonna do more than that. Otherwise, you're talking like you gotta get 20 wins per blitz, 5 rotations or 6 rotations a day. All right, you know, and again, 6 rotations, 20 wins. You're almost there, and then you got to use X-Force, right? So you get them under 5. And actually, even with the 20, let's drop that off. Go back to the 18, and you're under 5 if it's a less than a week. I don't think it's gonna be. Anyway, let's go back to outroing. We've got a lot of uncertainty, but at least you can have an idea of what is happening here. I think no matter how you shake it, you're gonna have to do quite a bit of blitz. I don't think you're gonna stress about using X-Force in Arena. It doesn't seem to gain that much. It'd be great if we got more points per tune for the X-Force as you use them in the different game modes. I'm expecting that, so it shouldn't be as bad as that worst case scenario. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I screw up the math real bad. I got everything covered. We'll see how many days they give us. We got a few days until we know, but seems like we're going to be able to get all these milestones, which got to give Scopely some credit. If that's the case, we appreciate it. We do like getting these milestones. And you know what? We're in game being active. That's what we want to be, right? So that's all I got. Stop by the Discord, link in the description below. Chat, let me know your thoughts, comment below. Hammer down on that like button, subscription bells, buttons, notification things and bings. Do all of it if you'd like. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.